Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. TeeAms here, first recording of 2026. Coming in here strong. As you can see, I got a new webcam. My lovely girlfriend, she saw the grind, so she decided, to pitch in on a webcam. Much love to her, obviously. Maybe she'll make an appearance one day, who knows, in the video. All right, guys, this is a very interesting post here. So it has an insane amount of upvotes already. This was 9 days ago, but what this guy did, he basically compiled the top posts of the year, and out of the top 5 posts, 3 of them were complaints. What he said, shocker. I mean, it's Reddit. Even if you're in the most healthy subreddit ever, I think the top posts are going to be complaints, so I'm not surprised about that. But we like complaining, so we like yapping here on this channel. I honestly, I've never checked any of these out. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually look at all 3 of these top 3 posts. He said the first one is a request for some truly idle aspect. I've heard of people talking about this before. A lot of the complaint about this game is that it's an idle game, but it doesn't run in the background unless you have like your phone on and you're destroying your phone, or you're running like an emulator the entire time. And that is a kind of a fact. Like most games that are like idle games, they allow you to, you don't have to have the game on all the time. You should honestly, I think what people will read it in the post, but in my opinion, a healthier way of doing this would be like you start your run and it will run until you die, like even when the phone's off. Obviously if you need to do like upgrading and if you don't have auto perks, like that's on you. But if you can get your account to the point where you can actually automate the game, basically your farming runs, you should not have to have the game open at all times. So I think that's a big change that they honestly should try to work on somehow. The second is hate on premium relics. Honestly, I'm maybe in the minority on this. We're gonna go into more depth in this post here, but I'm in the minority. I honestly believe that, as a business, there needs to be incentives to buy things so that the game can make money. Now, premium relics, yeah, it feels bad that it's pay to win. It super is pay to win. I'm not gonna debate that, but at the end of the day, guys, it's a business, and if anything, I'd rather like event relics be like the main pay to win feature than like stone packs, for example. I think stone packs are a bigger issue and they're more expensive too than the premium relics. Okay, most games, especially mobile, they have pay to win features, and if you don't want to play to those pay to win features, you don't have to. But at the end of the day, there's not, unfortunately, in games like this, being free to play, you're going to be at a disadvantage. The event relics, to me, premium event relics, they don't feel insanely pay to win. Like, yeah, you can lose out on some lab speed, or you can lose out on some coins, or but like for me, example, I've only bought like half of the event relics. I pretty much only buy like the coin ones, and like I bought the defense, and then I also bought like lab speed. But if it's like kind of just like damage or something like that, like I'm not at the point where I'm buying those. But yeah, anyways. And then the third post, I guess, top post, was a lack of optimization. I'm honestly pretty intrigued to know like what lack of optimization they're talking about in these posts. Right off the rip, I can't really think of something that I would guess is on there, but I'm sure like there's going to be some points that I do remember. So before we just hop into those, let's just continue a little bit. I'm going to skim read through this post and I'll kind of give you like the rundown of it, and then we'll hop into the top 3 community user posts. So this guy's really long-winded post, his main message, and I really like the way, like his analogy that he used here. So he said, the shift is more visible when you look into the recent additions to the game's power structure. For a long time, the tower was a marathon. Sure, some of us had better shoes, but we're still running on the same course. Now it feels like the track itself is being gated. Basically what he's saying is that the game used to be like a marathon, and now he feels that pretty much like a free-to-play player is hopeless in this game. That's what he's saying, that the community is all feeling this way, and he thinks it's a huge problem. But I do like the analogy of that. So another thing he says is really funny, and it's actually true, because he did say one of the top posts was about optimization, and he did say that right now, like the demands even more active attention, which is what he's saying in terms of like hitting the 5 gems every so often, the fact that there's no idle feature for the game. But he did say that he would be first in line to say that the game seems to be better optimized now. Like my table that runs almost 24/7 hasn't been heating up as much recently. I don't know if you can relate. I can't actually, but on my old phone here, this is my table that I run the game on mostly. It doesn't heat up as much as it used to. It used to legit, I could have cooked bacon on that thing before, so maybe the optimization is better. Okay, so petition for idle runs. Honestly, this is not what I was expecting. But I actually like this idea too. Earlier in the video, I said that I was advocating for like a entirely idle experience, like offline idle. But I actually kind of like this idea too. What he's saying is that he wants to implement maybe like a lab research, and it's like a percentage of your per hour, maybe in the last run or maybe your highest farming run. Actually, I think highest farming run would be good, because what it can do, it would make people want to optimize their economy like best they can possible, and then they have to try to find like what tier they can get the most per hour and everything that way. So what he's saying here is like idle gameplay, like at least make 10% of what you make per hour upgradable in the lab up to like 50%. Now another thing about this, it doesn't work unless I still, like, I think this is a good idea, but it doesn't work to me in my head, because what this guy isn't thinking, and maybe in the comment section, we're gonna read those later, cells. Coins is great to make like idling, but pretty much I think most people would say that the cells actually is why they feel like they have to run the game like 24/7. Because if you like, let's say, don't do a run overnight, sometimes now you can't have your like all your labs at 4 times speed or 3 times speed. So the main bottleneck actually, I don't think, is like the coins that you make when you're offline. They're both important, but it's actually the cells. So in my head, there has to be another solution. Maybe 50% of your cells per hour too. Like we can do that, but I honestly believe that it should just be like an 8-hour, maybe a 10-hour offline like window where you're just at like your run is just going. Like your run should just go. You click start run and it goes. But if they want to go down this road, I think this is a cool idea with the lab too. But they have to do coins 10% and then upgrade to 50%, and the cells per hour 10% to 50%, or else it just doesn't work. It won't change anything. Everybody's gonna still run their game like in a phone or on their emulator overnight and throughout work, all this stuff. So that doesn't change anything. Let's see quickly what the comments say, but let me know in the comment section actually in this video your thoughts on this, and maybe you have an even better solution than me. Yeah, so a lot of the comments is like people saying like they agree. Like this guy, I would come back for this. I had to stop playing because I'd be checking my tower way too often and not getting shit done. Man, it's kind of insane how like dedicated the player base is, and including me. Like I don't let it affect my work, but even when I'm at work, like every 1 to 2 hours, whenever I'm gonna have like a smoke break or something, I'll check my phone and I'll click like the ad or the gems, and but that's because my game is at like an idle state where I can just click like my run, auto perk, my workshop's decent enough, I can just run Blender with free upgrades if I want during work and even overnight. It's insane like how much time we have to like micromanage an idle game. Remember, at the end of the day, this should be an idle game, and it's really not. And the other side of this is like people who are saying like it's obviously a business, right? There's always that side to this, the business side. But I agree with like what the people are saying in the comments. I don't think this would lower spending at all for the game. If anything, this type of feature would probably cause less people to quit, so therefore more spenders of the game. The only thing that maybe they lose is like selling to advertisements, like when they see the player base like screen time. I don't know if that's even a thing, but the screen time would be lower. But I don't think the engagement of the game would be any lower. If anything, it'd be higher. Like this guy, he's probably trolling, but he says, I'll buy more stone packs if this happens, Fuds. But he's probably right. Like, I think this is a really insane thing. And at the end of the day too, most people have disable ads. Okay, most people have it who play this game serious. So it's not even like we need to have the game open for them to generate ad revenue and stuff like that. It's a no-brainer to me. Honestly, I'm gonna close this post with this final thoughts. I'm an advocate for making this game more idle. It literally has idle tower defense in the title, and it's probably one of the least idle games that I've ever played. But let me know in the comment section your thoughts on this. I'm very intrigued to know what you think about it, and if you have any other solutions. So honestly, I'm still, even reading all these comments, I'm definitely right on the other side of this. It's like I said, you can get the event relics later, and it's exactly what this guy, he's gonna call me a sock puppet. It's like, here yo, you say, those who say the relic will be available later really don't get what's wrong with it again. And he says, I have to wonder if some of those are saying that are sock puppets. He's basically saying that you're still behind the curve. I get it. It's annoying. The only part that I agree with that I wasn't really thinking of earlier in my initial like intro to the game was that people are considering this kind of like a monthly subscription. And when you think about it, that's kind of true. And it's an expensive one at which, like $30 a month. I think it's $15 every 2 weeks. That is actually really expensive. $390 a year if you're Canadian or from a different country. It's even more, maybe, depending if you're, you know, US or not. But yeah, I don't find it, like I said before, the most egregious pay to win feature. I did say like stone packs are more, and then this guy even said that, yeah, stone and gem packs have rapidly diminishing returns at higher levels, which is true. And maybe that's why I don't feel this yet, because I'm still like a lower end player in the game. So I'm very open-minded towards the more later game players saying this is more of an issue. So you know what, I will agree. Maybe only do like the event boost relics once a month, or maybe lower the price, but they would never do that. That's the problem, guys. Like, I'd rather advocate for solutions and like stuff that have a chance of being changed, and I honestly just don't see the event relic changing at all. It's sad to say, but I just don't. If you disagree with me, yeah, you can. Honestly, like, I probably will disagree with myself when I watch this video back one day. Like, I probably will. Yeah, those are kind of my closing thoughts on the event boost. It's just is what it is, and I don't realistically see it changing. So the title of this post was an absolute roast session by this guy. It's hilarious. So what he says is, FUDs with love. The only thing idle in this game is your optimization team. That's a bar, because you know what I was saying earlier about how this game is not idle at all. And he's saying that the optimization team, I guess, is just not there either. Yeah, that's really funny. Maybe that's why he got so many upvotes, because that is a bar. So the comment section is just flooded with people basically saying they can make bacon on their phones. They can, it's like a stove top, and like I said, I do think that the most recent update, I think they did something with the optimization actually, because my game does run a lot better. But I do remember months ago it was really bad, and this post was about 6 months ago, so it probably was even worse. I didn't even start playing the game at that time. But it's like people are saying, and it's sad to say how we have to do this. It is sad to say. But you can't, like, everyone's saying, don't run this on your main phone, run it on an emulator, run it on an old iPad, run it on your cracked iPhone 5, like, and it's actually true. Like, you're gonna ruin your phone if you run this game all the time on your phone. You can't do it. Guys, this is what we signed up for. At the end of the day, if you're even watching this video right now, you're probably an avid tower player, and you know what you signed up for. I know what I signed up for. Do I wish, if I can go back in time, do I wish I never stumbled upon this game? Maybe. I don't know. No, that's not true. But the game's great. There's gonna be flaws. There's flaws with everything. There's no perfect thing, but There are ways we can improve this. I think it's a right step in the right direction with the optimization. They're not idle anymore. But yeah, if you're a new player, let's say, like, guys, start trying to find an alternate way to play this game, because you have to play almost 24 hours with the game on, and you're gonna cook your phone. Okay, so I'll leave it at this. So I don't want to make it seem like this is as much of a big deal as it might like come across. I'm not trying to trash the game at all. I just want to, you know, this is more for entertainment value, and also there is a lot of room for improvement. I want to shine light on that. But the way this guy puts it, like the top 3 community user posts or complaints, I want that to sink in. Honestly, I don't think that's as big of a deal as it might sound, and it sounds worse than it is. At the end of the day, it's even like restaurant reviews, any like reviewing platform, Reddit, Discord, negativity usually goes to the top. Comedy and entertainment also does, but it's hard to compete with negativity. People love to complain. It's just in our nature. And at the end of the day, if you're on the Reddit, you probably care about this game. I say it a lot. If you care about something, you're gonna be passionate about it. You're gonna want changes. You're gonna want it to be better. So yeah, that's it. This is a great game. I just want to be a little positive at the end of this video. Great game, great community. The YouTube channel, like my YouTube channel, I love it. It's been so fun seeing the progression of the game, like your own progression, everybody else's progression around you, all the people helping each other out. Like, I'm a new player, I get help all the time. People reached out. It's honestly great. There's nothing else like it. If you enjoyed the video at all, you know, leave a like and subscribe. I'm on the way to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Really appreciate it if you guys help me get there, and have a good day.